Something really strange happened to me this week in SuperCoach. I actually dropped one overall ranking down from 9th to 8th from the leaders, but somehow I actually climbed up 123 points from the leader. So now, instead of being 297 points, we're only 174 points down with 4 rounds to go. The race is far from over. Let's go. Okay, welcome back, guys, to the SpawnShark channel. So, as you know, last week we were sitting 8th overall in AFL SuperCoach, but we have slipped the one spot down to 9th. So, I can see how you're thinking, oh, channel's washed, SpawnShark is washed, we're doomed. But, so we'll go through the round quickly and what actually happened and why this isn't a bad thing, so that we've dropped a rank. So we scored 24-47, so we had an average week really, but it's alright. We did have a conundrum that we'll discuss later. So we'll quickly jump on the rankings. So what's happened here, so we've slid from 8th to 9th, a few other positions have moved. You can see a few of these guys have jumped 4, 7. The overall leader was Briz Roy last week, and he's slipped from 1st to 6th, so he had a really bad week with 22.89. So but if you go back to round 19, what's happened with our team? Sorry, it's just going to be talking about my team for a bit, but we will discuss what everyone should be doing this week and that, but we'll go through my plan. So this guy was first last week. He was sitting on 42,477, so roughly about 297 points above where we were sitting last week. So we're thinking, oh, we have to gain, about 60 points a week, which is pretty hard task considering like where our team's at and like what we have to hope for to come. But so keep in mind that number 297. We go to this round that's just happened, and he's no longer first. It's now GB Vikings. We're actually only 174 points down. So we've gained 120 points essentially in one round. So that's amazing considering where we're at. But so now with 4 weeks to go, 170 points. We only need 45 to 50 points basically a week. It doesn't matter if it's not all linear. We can go up 100 points gained, then down 50, then 100 or whatever. Like, we're not going to go 50, 50, 50. Like, that's not how SuperCoach works. But and these teams up the top 10 would have changed 1 player, 2 players max if they're really got a huge amount of trades left. But so basically it's just our team performed worse than last week, but it's this team here, I think it was this one here, who I think was below me last week, in 11th. Yeah, he was, and then he's had a massive week. So, but he had all the right players who performed all the right matchups. But we've actually built our teams for finals because we actually were planning for league finals. So we do have a lot of good matchups aside from maybe 1 or 2 players really who were starting picks. But everyone's going to have a few of those just to get rolling if you're in the top mix at this stage. But yeah, you can see anyone who had Naz this week basically ended everyone else's season. Like, that's how dire this pick was. And he's got more blood to come. He's got Richmond and he's got Gold Coast. I think he's got a few other good matchups as well. He doesn't really leave Marvel. So, gee, painful 9-0 if you didn't pick him up after his injury. Who else went well for this person? Dacos. I think everyone in the top 10 actually I had a quick look before. Bontempelli's captain, so no one, I think only one person had Dacos, so they got a 40-point advantage. So I'm kind of happy with that because I haven't been able to gain any ground the captains at all. But yeah, so I'm happy with that everyone, except for one person who was actually behind initially. I think he's jumped me by a spot, but that's fine. Goulden, good pod here by this guy. Yeah, Sarong, Warner, these are all pods from my team, by the way. Anderson, Grundy, Horn Francis, and My Bailey, and Richard. So basically every pod to my team, this person had went 120 plus. So yeah, I think it's really anyone's game in this this top echelon at the moment, like really, because it's the top 10 is seriously compressed from what it was. So if you look at the points, like these two are actually on the same amount of points. I actually don't know what happens if two maybe have to give out 100,000. I think that's fair rather than splitting the 50k for these two if they end up drawing. That'd be, you know, a nice thing. But let's see. Yeah, 5 points behind. Look, gee, they're only 10-15 points behind. Roy's not far, and we're down at 174 points, but we already climbed 100 points last week. I think this team is probably finished. I've seen that they've held Dale on that, so I think they're probably just, well, they're not finished, but they're really struggling. Oh, yeah, so we'll go through what's happened with our team this week. So we had Naz 194, brilliant. Wayne Malura. He was our trade-in last week out because we were debating whether to go Mills or Blakey or Stewart and these ones, and we wanted to go Potash again just to gain an extra player that might score higher. He didn't score higher this week, plus he had some car strapping, but I think he should work out okay. Just please play for my team, Wayne. Like, don't be the reason why I'm not gonna finish top 2 or something like that. Or top 10 even. Just play. You know, I know you can do it. I know you've been all Australian, and this is the difference these final 4 weeks. So I'm telling you right now, Wayne, looking down the barrel, you're gonna be the player who wins me SuperCoach, not the player who's gonna ruin my SuperCoach. All right. Now that we're done with Wayne, we just need to give him a little pump up then. Parker. Where's our scores? Oh, did he get 91? I didn't realize he got that high in the end. I thought he did worse, but I think most people in the top 10 have him. Ashton Whitfield. Gee, the Giants are funny, aren't they? But we'll see. They've got a good run home, so they should be able to win. I don't know. Maybe Ash goes to the midfield again if Callahan's out. We don't have him, so unlucky for those who do. We'll discuss mids options as well for those trading him out. Hawker Hahn, he's got Richmond and Essendon next 2 weeks, so he should be able to pop off for us hopefully. Doesn't matter if he doesn't, we've got other players that are part of our 22. Nick Dacos, fine. Well, really good actually. Will Ashcroft. Can you just hit a target sometimes a bit more, mate? Like, you're really leaving points on the table, but good pod for us. Bonampelli was our... Oh, actually, so our captain was Bont, and our vice captain was Jackson, and neither of them, yeah, popped off. So, Neil, 84, really should have done better, you'd think, but he got stuck on the bench again in the second quarter, like, for like a really long time. Bailey Smith, you've got a good run, mate, so just, you know, tick up, but I don't know what he's going to do this week with the poor Collingwood tag. Oliver, most people have him in the top bunch, so whatever. Heaney needs to pick up. He's got a good run. Hopefully he can sting us a nice 150 plus somewhere in here. He's got the teams to, or the opposition, the matches to come. He might have a minor tag. They didn't really tag Sheasel, but yeah, Port were deplorable against my mob. But yeah, Essendon should murder, and North again, another easy matchup, you'd think. LDU, he's getting tagged. Every time he gets tagged, he does bad. Every time he doesn't, he does good. So one we need to perform, but gee, the tag's working, I guess. So they're gonna probably, yeah, Sydney will. Oh gee. Well, hopefully they just ignore him and go Sheasel because everyone has Sheasel. But Gordon Jackson, most people have them, but underwhelming vice captains or captains. Sheasel, we were contemplating the vice captain Bonton to Sheasel, but we didn't do it. So I'm not going to say we considered Naz because we kind of thought he was going to get tagged, but plus he had a bad week last week, so it was really courageous if he didn't went Naz. But yeah, in hindsight was he's the pick. But Bradley Hill, this was Rowan Marshall actually. So well, can't do undo trades, but yeah, he was our trade-in for Rowan Marshall because yeah, we're quite busy at the time of I was actually watching the Brisbane game at the time, and there was a little notification on Discord from SuperCoach Edge Damo. Shout out to him. He that Rowan Marshall was actually laid out with a back injury, and like we only had like 5-10 minutes to work out what's happened with him, to hold him or not. I was thinking hold him, and then I was like, well, like this is why you really need to have your study already in, because we already studied Bradley Hill a lot. If something like this, well, we didn't know it's not something like this, but an injury happened, but we don't know we're going to be put on the spot with 5 minutes before a game and the last match of the round. But yeah, given that Marshall did his back in some way, we took the gamble that Marshall's going to be either injured more than this week, or he's going to be hampered by not only the back injury, so he's going to play a bit more forward with DeConning back, and DeConning looked great in the ruck, I thought. So I think even if he does come back, Hill's probably going to put 50 points on his head most weeks, so we might have gained an extra 50 points there and maybe another 150 or so for the last 4 games. So I'm reasonably happy given what I studied about Brad Hill. He did the Jack Sinclair role, so, and he was a massive pod like no one else in the top 10 has him, I think. So I'm not sure about top 20, but yeah, massive pod, and I know it takes us down another trade, but like as the famous Chris Fagan said, like when he subbed on Lockie Neal after half time, no point wondering if you're going to win the game or not. You got to pull the trigger. So that's what we did. We pulled the trigger, and now we're going to grit our teeth every single match if any of our players get injured. So hopefully that trade pays off and we don't regret it, but I have a feeling we might, but let's hope not. Wayne, looking at you. Don't get injured. Alright. Not a lot of work for us this round. Let's go into injuries. So injury concerns this week. We'll just have a quick look at some players who got injured. So Callahan got injured, so what's he priced at? Where is he? I've got no idea what he's priced at. I don't think he was doing too well before that anyway, but 465. Oh gee, that's gonna hurt you if you want to trade him. What are they saying? Just test. Anyway, if he's out, we'll look at our best options for this week for the mids. Obviously any of these guys are great. So yeah, Sheasel, Naz if you don't have him. Oh my god, 644 now, but so you probably can't climb that much now that he's that expensive. Will Ashcroft too, very expensive. Who else? We're looking at price here. Dawson. Yeah, I'd pick Dawson if I had Callahan if I could, or even Horn Francis. He's on a great run. Bailey Smith's got a great run. Ed Richards probably not. I think against Richmond that you'd think that would happen, but Clayton Oliver's an okay shout. Brayshaw, nah, not my cup of tea. Bradley Hill, yes. Walsh, no. Even though if you've got him, just hold him. Like he's been great, but in the last 4 or 5 weeks. But yeah, Bailey, yes. Goulden, yeah, massive pod. Sarong, yeah, I like Sarong for the last few rounds. Warner is good, assuming they don't rest him. Heaney, I'd avoid at this stage, even though he's got a good run. I think he tweaked his back, so he's also another injury concern, but hopefully he just plays, but I wouldn't be picking him if he's there. But I think Essen has a hard run, and from here, yeah. Semi-hard. If you want a pod, Merritt might be okay, but I don't like Winoshi and Mullins on the cards. No Gold Coast mids at this stage. LDU's got a hard run. Rankin, as I said last week, my #1 pick if you don't have him. Regardless if you're midfield or forward, I think pick him. Maybe even ahead of Dawson. Durham. Yeah, if you want to finish your forward line in some way, he might be a good pick. I don't think he's going to blow the house down, but with a hard draw. But yeah, there's probably better options. If you're really looking cheap, Noah Anderson's probably the one Gold Coast guy to consider. But again, I've got no faith. I just avoid. I'd rather Josh Dunkley. If you want to go a pottish player, yeah. He could go off in these last few. Is he going to tag? He actually does rat sometimes when he tags. So he's going to go to Cripper. And he's going to go to Rao. How'd he do it against Gold Coast? 97, Carlton 80. I don't know. I'd still consider. He's going to chase around maybe Dacos or DeGoey too. If you're strapped for cash for him, Max Hall might be okay as a forward. Jagger Smith, isn't this a bad trade out for everyone? Basically, if you hold him, it's great, but I wouldn't be trading him in, probably. Other better forwards, I like Max Hall better on that. Anyone cheaper if you've got zilch on money. No, even with 4 weeks to go, I wouldn't trust Will Day. Oh, Jesus. It gets really tight down here. I hope you have a little bit of cash. No. I wouldn't get anyone below here. Did anyone else get injured this week? I'm trying to think. In the defenders, if you still hold on, we'll go through maybe a couple defender options. I think it's similar to last week. It's Naz. Mills is still the pick. Miller is great if he pulls through that calf concern. Bowie's okay. Actually, Bowie's better than okay. He's probably underrated. Gold Coast boys, yeah, no. Dacos, no. Zorko. This is, I'd like to pick him. I would have liked to have picked him, but I don't trust that he's gonna survive 4 weeks. Blakey's still an option. Yeah, same options last week. Stewart, didn't go him because of the rest concern, but great run. And no one else to consider here. Let's go forwards. I don't think anyone's going to be trading in rucks this week, but yeah, Horn Francis, Sheasel, Bradley Hill's the one, very pottish. Chad Warner and Bailey, basically probably going to score the same from here. Both good picks, and Rankin. That's my #1 option. And Durham. I think everyone else I wouldn't consider. If you're looking cheap again, Kelly, maybe. Wish I never picked up Tracker. And wish this guy didn't ruin my season in the middle. Yeah. Oh, gee, he had a good game. Only scored 68. Surprised, actually, at that. Alright. Captains. Alright, so we'll go for the captains this week. So we'll look at Probably no one from this game. I think it's likely that you're gonna see the double tag. You're gonna see Dacos get tagged and Bailey Smith. Don't consider anyone else. We're gonna consider the midfielders and the rucks and Naz. That's pretty much it. If English is out, Jackson's an option. Otherwise, I don't like it as much. I've VC'd in the last 2 weeks and he's let me down. He hasn't scored above 100 for quite a few now, or he's low tunded, so I wouldn't consider Jackson. Bont, maybe. He has typical good history against Freo. Good VC shout. Naz, I think, is a VC option despite the Jordan attention. Like, what's he going to do when they're wrapping around every single person for a handball when they don't even need a hand pass to him? Like, he's insane, especially as a VC, so I'd consider. Sheasel, again, nice pick. I think, it's in Tassie though, so that's a worry. Probably another VC option, not a C option. Giants, Port. I don't like anyone in this game. Horn Francis is the VC maybe. Brisbane, Carlton. Typically, Brisbane's mids don't score that, like, ceiling wise against Carlton, and Carlton don't have any options, so don't worry about that. Richmond, West Coast. If you have Harley Reid, VC option maybe. I don't know, but otherwise, yeah. Where's our? Yeah, Heaney's not an option with the tag probably, and he's carrying an injury. Melbourne, you go Gawn captain probably. I think if you have one of the Gold Coast boys, maybe they're a shout. But ideally, this is probably where you go on your captain against Essendon. So Jordan Dawson or Isaac Rankin if you game. I'm not sure if I am or not, but this is the type of thing you might do if you want to try and win something, if you're in the mix. But yeah, I'd probably pick Gawn, Isaac Rankin or Dawson as C, and one of these guys as VC this week. Yeah, but God, can we nail a captain, please? Like, our captain, seriously. Like, if we look at our history, it's absolutely deplorable. Where's our? How do we see captain? No, that's trade history. I have no idea how you see captain. No. Alright, so where a player is going to make up ground at the top. Alright, so we're going to go through a little bit of our plan. So, basically the only plan we can do is the VC and C right now. So, but basically the players who I think can pop off for us that are going to change the game for our team, whether we win or come top 10 or whatever, would be Wayne Malera. Actually, I think if you don't have Naz, you're instantly ruled out. I'm just calling it. If you're in the top 10 and you don't have Naz, I don't think of anyone that don't have him now, but maybe in the top 20, but you're ruled out. Malera, he will be the difference for sure. One of these guys, I think Whitfield's the more polished one in the top 10. He'll definitely make a difference. So please no head knocks or anything like that. Hawker Hunt for us. I know we're not running him on the field, but to squeeze our way continually up to the top 10, we just have to. Will Ashcroft, I think only one other guy picked him up, so he's definitely going to have to perform, which he has been. He's doing a Matt Rowell for us right now, and that's what he needs to do if we're going to win this thing. Lockie Neal, they need to work like this, like 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, Will Ashcroft and Neal. So again, another pod. Heaney is slightly poddish, so in the top 10. He's another one. LDU is definitely one who just needs to get 100. Just get 100, mate. Don't worry if you're getting tagged. Just get 100. So if you can do that, we're a good chance. And Bradley Hill, our hero trade-in for this week. Hopefully, mate, you can continue racking up 40 touches in the back line and yeah, destroying a few teams to come. Bailey as well. Another pod, Rankin. I think a couple earn him, but still, it would be great if he could do well for us. And Sam Walsh, the guy who we wanted to bail out on weeks and weeks ago. Gee, he's been good since then. Yeah, 110, 120, 65. This is where we almost, if we could have thrown him out of the team, he would have packed his bags and been gone. But it goes to show sometimes it's worth holding trades. So, but I still wouldn't want him for these last 4 weeks. But mate, you're in my team now. Let's go win it. So, if we go back to rankings, so GV Vikings, this is Ashley's team. We're just respecting this person. They're on the same amount of points actually. So, but let's see what's going on. Let's see if there's any holes in these top 10 teams that we can prod at that might. So these two are probably weaker defenders than ours. I forgot to mention the Herbert kiss for all these other coaches who have him. Oh my gosh. Like, seriously. Like, players are, you know, missing mids in that, and this guy's go 134 to cover Max Holmes in that. Like, I can't believe it. Like, seriously, Freeman, you're at the top team on the ladder. Like, how can you not clamp this guy a bit more? Yeah, that's so upsetting that rookie popped off. We went for Fitzgerald because he's supposed to be this amazing midfielder, and that's actually probably cost us quite a few points because I think we actually copped the donuts in round 15, 16 when Melbourne had their bye just to get him instead of Herbert. But yeah, that's probably our biggest mistake of the season, not picking up Herbert. Yeah, Merritt and Dawson, these two will be interesting. Rao. Seems like this team still has trades, maybe. And Grundy, who popped off for a lot of teams this week with the easy matchup. Bailey Williams as well is here, so I think it's going to be very hard, but considering the margin's only like 174 points, I think, you know, it's a matter of a couple players popping off versus theirs not. And we've picked our team basically for league finals, so hopefully our good matchups, it might not be this week, but for the weeks to come, we still have upside. Let's see. So I'm predicting number 1 team GB Viking to stay in the top 4 or 5, if not win it. Rainovitz, let's see, he's got a similar weird backline. I don't know about these two, but yeah, he's had Herbert. Yeah, solid midfield. Not much to fault here. This guy had a great week. We already looked at his team. Cookie Crumblers might be out of trades with the Holmes injury still there. Cherry, yeah, not playing ruck as much, so that hurts. He's got Royal Marshall as well, so that team could be in trouble. So we're just going to zip through these, if anyone's still interested. Ooh, this one held Holmes as well, plus has Miraz and Ryan, so big trouble here for this team. Only running the 22, and Callahan, so yeah, it could be, like, I don't want to say good night for these teams, but yeah, it could be trouble. Luckily you got Herbert though, who scored 134 for you, so there you go. Bruce Roy, yeah, out of trades probably with Dale out. No other real issues apart from just different primos. Jongy boys scored 24-28, full defense, problem with the midfield, Callahan maybe, and Marshall. So I think Marshall's been great for us owners, but I think, yeah, with TDK back, and now, like, I was hoping that before trading the Hill that he would be like still like basically 60-40 ruck percentage against TDK, considering TDK's come back from that lung rib issue. But now the script's flipped and Marshall's the one with the back problem. They're probably going to rest him forward, so even if he does play. So yeah, that's a big concern for Jongy boys. Triple O. Yeah, full defense. Got Callahan. Still got Herbert there. Like, at this point, I don't know what to expect with Herbert, but hopefully he doesn't do that again. I hated that. I hated watching that game. And Petraka. Yeah, good pods. Not a bad team. As long as he's got trades, it's fine. Sheezy Ball. We'll include this guy because he's the same amount of points, top 10. I'll count him in, eh? We're actually going through 12 teams, but yeah, full defense. It's got Herbert covering as a midfielder already. Callahan here, so that could be an issue. And he's got Phil Thorpe as an extra, so yeah, might still be a good chance, considering he's got the extra player on the bench. But yeah, just a bit of luck for all these teams here. If they can get Herbert's 134 every week, that'll help them for sure. Full defense, Callahan issue. Yeah, I think these teams with Callahan and Marshall and that, and it's just, yeah, pinging trades, so it really hurts. Any injuries at this stage hurts. Pretty much almost rules them out, unless these other guys all don't have trades. Or, you know, it just whittles them down at least. Yeah, this team's okay. So I think, yeah, maybe two or three of these teams are cooked with no trades, or, you know, so they've been holding Holmes and Bailey Dale and that. So, but I think yeah, these three, or I can't remember this team, but yeah, should all be fine. I think if I'm closing the gap on who can win this now, I'm probably gonna say, what score was that? 800, so maybe about 300 points. Yeah, I'll say this guy. So maybe 1st to 16th are still in the mix to win it. So we made our prediction last week. I think we said about 30th. I think it's ruled down to about 16 now. So if you're in this top 16, SpawnShark says you can still be in the running to win. As for everyone else, league finals are definitely here. So you want to be picking players that are going to win your league matchups. If you're in an elimination finals week, definitely do everything you can to win. If you're in the top 4, maybe you can hold a trade or two. Unless you know, I don't know, because it's hard when you're playing in like multiple leagues. But just weigh it up, the risks and reward. If you're gonna lose all your leagues and be eliminated by like 50 points, and it's on a Sunday, I think you got to use that trade. Don't wait till tomorrow, and yeah, do your best so you can try and win your leagues and have bragging rights over your mates and that, or for your cashies or whatever you've got. That'll do for today. I think a round one enough. Probably sick of hearing my voice, so we'll probably come back we will come back next week for our next video, and hopefully we can close the gap again, so we're under 100 points maybe. Yeah, so, well, like I said last week, if the captain scores 150 points, I think we're going to jump into the top 5. That's my prediction again. So we're behind by what? 100? They're almost near the leader actually, but still, I think our team is good enough. So if our captain goes 150, we will jump into the top 5. Let me know your guys' trades this week, and what your plans are for SuperCoach finals. If you made your finals, and what you're gonna do if you are in the top 20 or 50, or you want to climb to top 100,000, whatever. And I'll respond to all your comments down below. And yeah, good luck with your SuperCoach finals, guys, and peace.